Welcome everybody to episode 126 of the effing title. I am Big Husky.
And I'm DeNutte.
And we are back once again to talk about stuff. How's your week been?
Been good.
Good, been good?
No complaints.
Good, same here. Can't complain.
I may or may not be here.
It's 85 and I'm drinking coffee. Gotta keep up continuity. Speaking of continuity, we're going to talk about some movies today. Last week we talked about video games.
And then I ended it with hustle.
Hustle. Loyalty. Respect. John Cena. Okay. So Hustle. This is for today we got a couple movies we're going to talk about. Only one of them I have actually seen. So I've seen some clips of the other two, but that's about it. So
you could watch Hustle. I mean, you just gotta find someone on Netflix.
Oh yeah, fair. Okay, so Hustle is the Adam Sandler basketball film.
It's the Adam Sandler produced by LeBron James basketball film.
There we go.
Netflix. I was just looking. I didn't even know who directed it. I was just looking at that real quick.
Let's see how well this works. Okay, cool. It opened up on the screen over here. Beautiful. I thought it was going to open up on your screen. All right, continue.
I was blown away by it. I knew going in it was going to be, because everything I saw for it was going to be more of a serious role, like how he's done them in the past. Uncut Gems, Jam.
He's been doing. I feel like he's been trying to do a couple more serious films recently.
Well, especially with Uncut Gems, because his whole thing was that he came out with that he was. I'm pretty sure he joked that if people don't respect him after that film, he's just gonna stop caring.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, and I mean, because he did Spanglish, he did Punch Drunk Love, Rain Over Me, which is another I think super underrated movie.
Oh my god, that's the one with fucking Don Cheadle, right?
Yeah.
That movie made me
His family died in 9/11, and he just became a shell of himself.
He just does the same thing every single day.
He plays video games and he remodels his kitchen.
What's the video game?
It's
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus. Yep. Yeah.
That movie, that movie fucked with me hard because I saw it and I'm like, okay, this looks like an interesting movie and it's Adam Sandler in a serious role. Let's watch it. And then I watched it and then I kind of wished I didn't watch it because it was just kind of like.
It doesn't make you feel good.
No, but it's such a good movie though. That was a movie that made me go, holy shit.
Yeah.
With him,
See. Because that is a side of him that you've just never seen, just in pain.
Was that see? Now that I say that, was that one of the first ones that he did?
No, he did Punch Drunk Love. He did.
Well, I wasn't sure if that one came first or if this one came. What I'm saying. I'm looking right now.
Okay.
Filmography. Let's see here. Shakes the Clown. He played Dink the Clown. Moving on.
Fair enough.
Wedding Singer, Dirty Work, Waterboy, Big Daddy, Deuce Bigalow, Little Nicky, Joe Dirt. I mean, just right there, bro. That's just
Punch Drunk Love is 2001 or 2002.
Yep.
Anger Management was kind of moving into a more serious, but it was also still comedy.
Spanglish was 2007. Wow,
Spanglish 2004.
07. Rain Over Me.
I'm on his IMDb right now.
Yeah, I'm on his wiki.
Oh yeah, so I trust the DB.
I trust the wiki, considering that I have changed it myself.
Exactly. We have Click. Did you ever see Click?
Yeah, Click was one of those ones where it's it was a comedy, but then also it just had a lot of heart at one point.
If you saw Click and didn't cry at the end when he's an old man dying alone,
when he's in the hospital and he unplugs himself and runs out in the rain, if that doesn't bring you to the urge of the sore throat and you being
then he followed that up with Rain Over Me in 2007.
Yep, and then he followed that up with I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry,
which I watched that movie maybe 3 months ago.
Not a square. Not a triangle, but a circle.
Life is like a circle. Blended.
See, it's just I just love it's so funny because it's
Funny People. Did you see Funny People?
Funny People was the one where one of them has cancer.
Adam Sandler has a terminal diagnosis of cancer, and his
Haven't
personal assistant Seth Rogen,
haven't
and that
seen
was
it,
kind
but
of a
heard about it.
serious. A lot of people didn't love it. It was like because it was a straight. Because usually, comedies are like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Funny People was 2.5 hours long.
Oh,
And it was a serious thing because it was like about a guy who was like at the top of his game, kind of like how he is. But imagine if he was single and dying of cancer and was like almost like a shut-in.
oh shit! He was an executive producer on Here Comes the Boom. All right.
Yeah, because that was the Happy Madison. I'm
Did you
I
ever?
guess
Oh,
I'm a huge.
I'm.
Oh, I pretty much seen all of his movies.
I love Kevin James. That's why
Yeah,
I was like, wait a minute. Um,
that's Joe Rogan's last movie. Uh,
Jack and Jill.
I saw Jack and Jill, and you know what? It's bad, but like it's just fun. It knows what it is.
Well, that's the thing is that like I've always like considered like Adam Sandler movies are like a lot of them. I won't say all of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just stupid fun. Where it's just like throw it on and you're gonna giggle every now and then. You know it's stupid. You know it's childish. You know it's dumb. But it doesn't matter because it's gonna make you. It's gonna touch something and make you giggle.
Well, now that I say it, you probably didn't. Did you see the Kevin James New Orleans Saints movie? I'm drawing a blank on his name. The coach.
I know what it is. I haven't seen it. I watched the trailer for it and laughed the entire time because I'm like,
that's another Netflix one.
I was like, this is a joke. Like,
I need to preface this. I went to the same high school as Adam Sandler. He spoke at my graduation.
Home team.
Like, I have like this weird, like loyalty to Adam Sandler that like people from my hometown do, and then like I hate talking about it. Like my coworkers, like you fucking suck Adam Sandler's dick, and I'm like, shut up.
Shut up! I would if I could see him.
He actually just watched Hustle, and he's like, it was really good. And I'm like, how much does it pain you to say that? And he's like, it pains me a lot. And man, any more serious? The May Horowitz stories, another Netflix one that came out in 2017. It was a Ben Stiller one.
Which one was that?
Ben Stiller, the May Horowitz stories, the new and revised.
Oh, okay. He was the voice. Oh no, wait, hold on. So where is it? Oh no, he actually has a like role in it. Okay.
Oh, they technically changed the name because it came out as the May Horowitz stories, new and selected, but then they just dropped the new and selected.
Yeah, I was gonna say here it has it in parentheses, but so Hustle though is the newest one, and like you said, it's from nope, stop clicking on Home Team Husky. LeBron James acts as a producer through Queen Latifah, Ben Foster, Robert Duvall. Ben Foster plays an incredible bad guy, even in like a real serious movie role.
He is like a bad guy in this one too. So,
oh my God.
So
directed by Jeremy
Adam Sandler,
Zagar.
Yeah, I've never heard of him, and I looked quickly and I didn't recognize any of the movies.
It's only an hour. It's only 117 minutes.
Is it really only that short?
Damn.
150 an hour 57.
Still, like that's.
So he's a scout for the Philadelphia 76ers, and he's been for a long time. He was a basketball player at Temple, Division I basketball player.
I will say that I love the fact that most of the time they include him being very good at basketball and stuff.
Well,
he is
very good.
Oh no, I love it because it's like it's one of those real life things, like right, like it's like you wouldn't expect it, but like like in Grown Ups, all those shots that he's making those shots. Like it's not a
It's people have compared him to like if you go to a pickup game, if not like he plays as well as like an old like college basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's so Ben Foster becomes the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers in the movie. His dad used to own the movie and then passed away.
Yeah.
The team, and then he becomes an owner. Right before he becomes the owner, Adam Sandler's actually made one of the assistant coaches of the team, which was like has been his dream forever. He's always just wanted to coach basketball.
Yeah.
At the NBA level, but then Ben Foster's like, nope, you're going back to the road. And he's married to Queen Latifah in the movie.
Love that.
Yeah, and he has a daughter who high school age, probably 16, 17.
Okay.
Maybe 15. And he just travels, he's just always traveling. His whole thing is going to Europe and everywhere else looking for
kind of the gems
from that market.
The uncut gems.
The uncut gems, exactly. So, like the guy he recruits in the movie out of Spain, he is a real player. He plays for the Jazz.
Mm.
Um, and he's just a hurting man that loves basketball because it's the whole time, like the whole movie, it's all about him trying to get this player to the NBA, and it's almost like you would think the way he plays, it's almost like he has a hidden agenda, and his only agenda is like he just loves basketball and he wants to be in the league, and it
Mm-hmm.
has nothing to do with like he's not trying to get a one up on anyone. He's truly like a guy he's put in the work, and he just wants to be in the show. He's not doing it to be famous. He does it because he loves basketball.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like I saw a couple people say it was cheesy, but in a way it is. But it's
I think a lot of these, I think that these, especially some of these ones, hit people who have played sports or like sports a little bit differently, because like you can see these as being cheesy. Like you and me have always you joke with me a lot about the Ben Affleck one, the basketball one that he did recently.
I never saw it, but yeah,
And I love that movie. Like I saw it,
Yeah,
I've seen it
yeah.
like 3 or 4 times now. I love that movie. But like, is a certain part of it of the broken guy who doesn't really want to coach, but he wants to make these kids' lives better. But
Yeah.
yet he's broken and fucked up himself. But by doing this, he kind of
Very
realizes
hardball.
exactly. And it's like it's kind of like it sounds like what you're saying here, where it's like he isn't doing this for himself. He just wants to be a part of it. He wants to do this. He's always wanted to do this. Like he's that sort of thing. So it's that kind of like the putting in the effort and never and
As I was talking about it, all I could think about, I can't remember the defensive coach that like was at Norwich. That was he was like the former Harvard coach. He was the
fucking
I cannot remember his name.
not Flanagan, Coach Fanning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just like truly in it because he loved like
Yeah.
football, loved
So
all this other thing.
So we had a coach in college, Coach Fanning. I would argue that he is the best coach that I've ever had, and he didn't even coach me personally.
Nope.
But he coached fucking. I can't even tell you the repertoire off the top of my head because it's just so vast. All the different like Harvard,
Yeah.
this, that. Like there's a story that was told between the coaches that we got to hear about one time, where he saw Joe Paterno at a coaching clinic, and Joe Pa said, "Oh, Leo, how's your wife doing?" Like they first name fucking basis with Joe Paterno, and he was at a small Division III football school in the middle of nowhere, Vermont.
Who was doing it just to help out the current head coach, just because he's like was his mentor and like he was retired and he came back to coach for the head coach. Like that dude had no business really being in like middle of the woods of Vermont.
He just loved football, but he was one of the smart. Like at one point, me and John, who people have seen in chat and in my community should know, John, Big John. We were working out one day and he was hanging out because the coaches every now and then would come and hang out. We were hanging out and he literally came by us and he's like, "Hey guys, I want you to do this at least twice a day." And then he's like, "I want you to just pick up your leg, turn this way, and just hold it for as long as you can." And he's like, "Tell me about it in the next month." So like we did it. He told us to. We did it. He was kind of the godfather of all this shit. Like
We kind of messed. Was an older guy.
Yes.
He had to have been like his late 60s, early 70s at the time.
yeah. So like we did it for like a month, and then like we went back, and it's like our hips feel incredible. He's like, and he just kind of did the and then walked off, and it was one of those things. It's like, what sort of fucking magic did he just produce? Like
That's like old coach knowledge.
Yeah, it was just like I will never forget Coach Fanning. Of course, I almost did, but still.
Well, I kind of threw it out of nowhere. Like why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you? So like, just like that kind of level of just loving the game, and so that's how this was. He had an accident in college, and he like injured his hand. Adam Sandler in this movie, he injured his hand, so he like wasn't. He was like he was someone who loved the game because he's not a tall guy. Like when he's next to all these players, there's an agent in the movie who was a famous player in real life. I can't remember his name, but that was
I'll look it up for you because I.
But they were like roommates. They were like best friends, and he's like the only one that's still rooting for him in the movie throughout the whole movie. I couldn't tell you his name.
I will here
Kenny
in a second.
Smith. Kenny Smith.
There we go.
Kenny Smith. Either way, this movie is like absolutely stacked with NBA talent, current NBA
Yeah, I mean,
talent,
I'm looking here
up
right
and
now.
coming
Like
NBA talent.
Trae Young,
Um,
Jordan Clarkson, Chris Middleton, Aaron Gordon, Kyle Lowry, Seth Curry, Luca, Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, Matisse. Not even going to try to pronounce the last name. Aaron McKee, Julius Irving, Charles Barkley, Shaq, Iverson, Dirk, yeah, this is like, yeah. Well,
yeah, they did a couple. They did a couple scenes where they had the show, whatever a show that Shaq and Charles Barkley are on together. Like, they did a couple things just for this movie.
That's fucking awesome.
Chris Middleton. God. I'm pretty sure it's Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
He plays almost like an antagonist at times in this movie because he's going. So what I found out about the draft, the NBA draft, I don't know if it's the true if you're an American citizen, but if you're not an American citizen, you can only be in the draft between the ages of 19 and 22. So after that, like you're a free agent, so it's even harder to get in the league.
I'm going to write that down because I'm going to ask fucking Jeff and Rob.
Yeah, so I guess that was a thing. I
'Cause
actually had
honestly,
to look it up.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, so it has to. I don't think it's. I think it's international players have to stay to that standard. I don't know about. So like, these guys don't have any really college looks like Luca.
So what was it? What was
know,
age? 16 through what?
I think 19, 18. It's 18 or 19 to 22.
I'll just go 18 to 22 and then general question mark
Yeah,
there.
because a lot of these guys,
Those guys
like
would,
international,
those guys would know that.
a lot of these international players. So you have to, so you can't just go to the draft. You have to do like a year, right? Do you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, for
So,
basketball. Oh, no,
for
for
basketball.
basketball you don't. Because there's been...
Did they just change that?
Well, LeBron never went to college.
I know, but then they
they may have changed it.
They changed it because LeBron was one of the last ones. So like, look at who's the guy in the Pelicans that everyone is like, what's his face?
Yep, never mind. Yep, Zion.
Zion. So he went and played at Duke for a year and it kept getting hurt. But then, so a lot of these guys have to do that. So these international players, this is me. Imagine hearing all the sports stuff from me.
Yeah, right. I'm no more than I fucking do.
So a lot of these guys they play professional in Europe, so like that counts as their post high school stuff. So
okay.
Luca was like a champion in Europe. I can't remember what team he played for. So like when he came to leave, everyone was like he can't do it. Same thing with Giannis. Everyone was like Giannis is a bum. Like he won't be able to like compete. And Giannis, like Luca and Giannis are like two of the top 10. I would say top 5, but top 10 players in the league right now. So you know Giannis, right?
Yeah. Giannis
Antetokounmpo.
There we go. It's hilarious how there's like some names like that I just cannot say, but then like Tua Tonga Vailoa or like Piso Dino Samoa, like it's like, exactly. But then like there's that one. And it's like I'm sitting there like, nope.
My best friend's Greek, and he's just absolutely obsessed with Giannis. He's like, that's my pride right there.
That's awesome.
Because Greeks have like such like a weird affinity to basketball, like love to basketball. They love basketball. So.
All right. So.
Yes.
Hustle.
I'm just been rambling off. Yeah. Hustle.
A basketball scout discovers a phenomenal street ball player while in Spain and sees the prospect as his opportunity to get back into the NBA. It's on Netflix. What are you giving this as a movie? Because I haven't seen it, so I physically can't. I don't have a rating system or any bullshit.
I give it 4.8 Adam Sandler oversized gym shorts out of 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
4.8 Adam Sandler oversized gym shorts. I like that.
Because you know what I'm talking about when I say that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know. All right, so now let's go to the movie that we've both seen, and then we'll end with the movie that only you've seen again. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I finally got to saw it. It came out on HBO Max.
Dumbledore.
It was
surprise drop on HBO Max actually.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it this fast.
I was gonna go see it in theaters like 2 days later.
Yeah.
I was about like.
I think that it did so bad that they were like, "Fuck it, let's just put it on here now."
Yeah. Well, it got like chewed alive in like all the reviews. People were like, "This movie sucks," and which is crazy because saw the second one when I saw a second one in theaters. I saw it on a date with a girl who had like I think 2 Harry Potter tattoos, and she's like, "That movie was a piece of shit." And I was like, "Yeah."
It's one of those things. I've said it since, because of course. So for everyone out there that doesn't know, I'm not big into the Harry Potter universe. I'm not a what are they called? Potter heads?
Yeah,
Whatever they're called. I'm not one of them. Let's just put it like that.
All right, I haven't looked at the Rotten Tomatoes score. My guess on Rotten Tomatoes score, I'm going to guess 53.
I'm gonna go 67.
46.
Oh shit. So apparently there's gonna be a fourth one. Yeah,
Okay.
You ready for this? So it says. So I'm on Wiki, and it just says that the film series
Yeah.
was initially suspected to be a trilogy, but in 2016, Rowling announced that the series would be comprised of 5 films.
It's weird that they talked to Rowling about it. 'Cause they pretty much dropped her from everything.
Later confirming that the story of the series would consist of a sequence of events that occurred between the years of 1926 and 1945. In February 2022, producer David Heyman revealed that work on a script for Fantastic Beasts 4 had not begun yet. And then April of this year, it was reported that they had been greenlighting the final installments. Reported the final 2 installments would be dependent on the critical and commercial performance of The Secrets of Dumbledore. So, with that being said, there are no final two movies of this.
So tomato meter 46, audience score 83, which actually is pretty good.
I look more of the audience always with that. So my thing with this has always been, my thing with this. Fantastic Beasts, the very first one, right, is about Fantastic Beasts.
Yep.
And then it feels like they just were like, oh, we didn't include enough Harry Potter stuff, and just veered.
So my big thing,
that was my thing.
So the first one, Fantastic Beasts, was really about Fantastic Beasts, like and what's his name?
Nibbler.
Yeah, Nibbler and Newt's Commander.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was really about it. It felt like the was going to go in the direction of it was the adventures of Newt's Commander.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second movie came out, and it was not the adventures of Newt's Commander. It was the adventures of like Dumbledore's sordid love past.
I mean, yeah. And then now the final one is the secrets of him.
Yeah. So I'll say it straight out. I really enjoyed the third one.
I enjoyed aspects of the third one.
Yeah. Did you like Ezra Miller?
Bro,
You see what I texted Husky while I was watching it, and I was like, you know what? Ezra Miller's just not a good actor.
He's not.
Like, he's good at being Ezra Miller, but if you try to put him in any sort of like role that's not him being himself, it's just not there. Because did you ever see Perks of Being a Wildflower?
No.
Oh, you should see that movie. It's all about like a kid in high school dealing with his depression post like suicide attempt,
Jesus.
and people trying to like deal with him because he's like a pariah. Book was written in like the 60s or 70s when that was like big.
Oh, okay.
But they did a movie in like 2011.
I was gonna say, I remember coming out.
Logan Lerman, Ezra Miller, and I think Hermione.
Oh,
yeah,
I like her.
So, there were a lot of I'm a huge fan of Jacob, the American Muggle.
Yes.
Which it's kind of funny
because I fucking love him. He's
especially him and his relationship with Dumbledore was kind of cute.
It was that's the thing, is like everything about him just kind of felt like it was fun seeing it, because you see like in all of this, right, you're always seeing the wizards doing this shit, and it's just like, to us we're like, whoa, but in the movie they're just like, oh yeah, it's just another fucking day. To actually have a character represent that, and they're a big kind of chubby white dude that just is not
he
good
lost
with
a lot of weight on this one.
He did. I will say that. But
Yeah.
like just the fact that like he's like the character he plays is a bigger white dude that's bearded and just kind of doesn't really have a place in the world. I'm kind of sitting there like,
And they don't really address it after the first one. He's like a World War I survivor.
yeah,
They just like kind of brush that under the rug.
yeah, yeah.
He's
They
a man
mention
who
it.
survived the Great War.
They mention it once when he goes to go get his fucking pastry shop.
Yeah, he wants to get a loan, and he's like, "Well, I came back from the war, and like,
Yeah,
like no matter what, like that war changes a man, and like he just seems so pure." They even brought back the giggle juice when he was on the train.
yeah,
which,
that was
like,
hilarious.
I know you're not a huge fan of like goofy, funny
Well, no,
moments.
so
but,
like that's so I'm not a fan of forced
Okay.
moments. That I actually giggled at myself because I like
Yeah,
I was like oh, that's a throwback to the
exactly. It's just like it just makes you. It's making me feel good.
That's the
thinking
thing.
about it
Like at the end of the first movie, when he has like the bakery shop and like he has all the different fantastic beasts as like pastries and like food and that. Like watching it, you should have seen it because I was just the most childlike smile on my face because it was so honest and so pure. And that's the thing I liked about the character is like just everything about it was honest and pure. And that's kind of what that's what Dumbledore says at the end too.
Yeah, I like that they tested him too. Mm-hmm. Like when they pretended to be mugged, and he like put himself between it, and he's like, "This isn't happening."
Yeah.
Like that's just like they're like, "Yep, he's a good dude. He's coming with us." He passed the test.
I will say this: the one thing I was not expecting
Yeah,
from this movie was to be in awe of the character of Dumbledore.
that's like the whole thing because he's like considered like the greatest wizard in the world.
And it's hilarious because the first movie you see him every now and then, right?
Yeah.
The second movie you kind of get a little bit more, but this movie they literally just go, "Oh yeah, no, this is how strong he is," and you're watching it and you're like, "Oh, okay." Because of course in the Harry Potter movies we see him, but he's old and he's barely moving around, and this is like
This is what like 70 years before
yeah,
the events of Harry Potter.
he's like prime.
Yeah, so he's fucking beautiful Jude Law.
That's the other thing is Jude Law. Who fucking doesn't like Jude Law? I mean, it's fucking Jude Law.
Right? Yeah, it's Jude Law.
I will say this: after watching the movie, I tried to imagine what it would have been like with Johnny Depp instead of Mads Mikkelsen, and I would say that it's not a terrible thing that we got Mads Mikkelsen.
No, it's not. And then like the way Mads acts is that you can see like hurt in everything he does. Mm-hmm. Like that man was hurt whenever Dumbledore was around.
Yeah. I think Mads Mikkelsen was actually one of the really high points of the movie.
Yeah.
And I will say this as well. And this is just a very quick, weird side note. I kind of like the fact, and it's not purposely, right? But I like the fact that it was Colin Farrell, Johnny Depp, Mads Mikkelsen, because it gives a little bit of a lore to the character of he's the strongest. He's the strongest villain wizard in the entire world, right? At this point, because we don't have Voldemort around, like so he's the strongest one, right?
Yep.
So it only makes sense though that he'd constantly
and he's been like the biggest. He's like been the biggest threat in like hundreds of years.
So it makes sense that he would kind of be trying to always change how he looks, right? Like I kind of like that as like a little kind of what the hell is it called? Almost like fan theory sort of thing, where it's like that's like a side thing that like we speculate, but it makes so much sense that people just kind of like gravitate towards it. Kind of like the kid in Iron Man 2 that puts his hand up and they're like, "Oh, that was Peter Parker as a kid." It's like, fuck out of here. No, it wasn't. Don't lie to me. You're just saying that just to make it, fucking a moment, right? That's what I'm doing here. I'm making this my moment.
Yeah, my eyes.
Are you fucking?
No, I just like got something in my eye.
Are you Grindelwald? Are you transforming now?
I'm transforming.
You
know what I really liked? I liked the physical acting in this movie. Like, when he goes into the Newt Scamander goes into the pit to get his brother out. Like when he's and then he gets his brother out, and then he immediately does this, and then the hip movements he does. Like it's
you gotta swivel your hips. I am swiveling my hips.
And the way he was swiveling his hips it was just I don't know why it just was so funny to me.
I'll tell you,
it was like so sexual.
Eddie Raymond, Redmayne,
Redmayne, and I've
Eddie.
never really been a fan of his, but like in these movies, I just
He's
love him.
killed it. Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
It's one of those things I kind of want to see a little bit more of his work just after these movies. But
yeah.
like that's
Go
the thing.
watch
It's like
Super Ascending.
it's funny because a lot of this cast is like really good, and then there's fucking Ezra Miller. Um,
I like that you're like, dude. It's he's so bad at it.
it's so it's unreal. Like I like, and especially like I like this is another thing. So one of the big things that I remember, and this just goes to show you how much I know about Harry Potter, that I'm actually being able to like connect to all this stuff. So in the second movie, his like girlfriend turns into a snake, right?
I think she was always a snake.
But she could like transform between the two, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That at one point I heard was like Voldemort's snake.
Mm,
I could be wrong about that, but that's something that I heard on the internet at one point. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, oh, third movie, she's gonna be in it, and she's gonna be Snake Lady and fucking and kill someone.
well, that snake in like the later Harry Potter franchise is a part of his soul. So I think it was just like a snake that like it became something else when it became part of him.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I could be completely wrong.
Well, no, I'll accept that answer. I mean,
Yeah.
I like I said, I thought this movie had a lot of really good moments, but then overall, it was just kind of if like, in all honesty, to me, get rid of the Fantastic Beast aspect of it. Just go with the Secrets of Dumbledore.
Okay.
I would do that for the entire franchise. The first one is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The second one is The Crimes of Grindelwald. The third one is Secrets of Dumbledore. Just get rid of the Fantastic Beasts part because there's no fucking point to include it. I mean,
We didn't even go in the suitcase in this one. If you think about it,
he went into it. We didn't.
we did once, and it was in the opening scene when he gets attacked, and his little tree thing, his little bug thing, goes in and gets the bird. And was like, "Hey, we need help,"
Yeah.
and they fly away. And that was the only time you saw the inside of the case.
Yeah. Other than that,
Which-
it was like they hinted at going inside of it. They showed him coming out of it, and it was just like I'm sitting there like, okay, like
And then the case played such a huge part in it, which was kind of funny.
yeah, it was just yeah. It was like I said, it was one of those weird. Like I'm a huge fan of weird beasts and monsters and creatures and shit. Like it's one of my favorite things about a lot of movies. So when I watched the first one, obviously, I was all in because I'm like, I want a Nibbler, I want a Timothy. You know, like what was it? Timothy? Is that the name of the little stick dude?
It could be. I mean, that sounds right.
Right.
He did have like a weird normal name.
But like there was so many of these creatures that I'm sitting there like I want that, I want that, I want that. And then the second one there was a lot less, and I'm like that's kind of unfortunate. And then in this last one there was like 3 new ones or 3, and that's it. And I'm sitting there like
I feel like he had a much bigger part in this one than he did the second one, though.
yes,
I think they were like, okay, people were upset. He played like a back burner to it. Like we need to make he basically became the main character again.
yeah.
I would argue that like it's him, Dumbledore, and Jacob.
That's my thing with it though. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good. Actually, let me rephrase that because I don't think it was a good ending. I thought the ending was shit. They're fighting on the fucking top of the castle, and then suddenly like Grindelwald just fucking flies off the side or whatever, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we caught him." It's like what? I don't even know if they. I don't even know if they say they caught him, but
Oh, okay. I think he just got away.
yeah, I'm sitting there like, okay. So we ramped it all the way up just for this, and then like they're getting married. I'm like, okay, this is cool. So we're gonna see like a little bit of the wedding or them fucking around or whatever. And nope, I'm just like,
It hurts. Oh, we saw Dude's Love though.
Yes.
She came by final scene.
that was when they showed her in like when they were doing the actual like voting thing, and they showed like her for that split second. I was like, I know who that is. Like,
I know her.
But alright, so Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. What are you giving it?
What do I give it? I give it 3.5 Muggle wands out of 5.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3 nibblers out of 4 of whatever the fuck the creature was at the end of the movie. That was so important.
Oh, the little deer thing.
Yep. I'm gonna go 3 nibblers out of 5 of those.
Okay.
It was just like it was a good movie. Am I excited? Do I wish they had made another one? Maybe, because maybe they would go a little bit more back into the creatures. You know, but at this point, I honestly don't know where they would go. At least, like with the first few, they kind of set up where they were going. You know,
I kind of wish we would have seen a dragon
yeah, right. Like
at some point.
like we saw a Phoenix that was just around because oh hey he's dying.
I really like Dumbledore's brother in this
Yes,
too.
he
That's
like he the fact that we've only seen him once in one movie, and he played the broken heart, like
so
broken man sort of thing.
So he didn't know about the son. He didn't know that Ezra Miller was the son.
No, I think
He
he
didn't
knew.
know that. I think he knew.
I think he knew. I think that
At
he
one point, he said he didn't know.
see. I think I don't remember exactly, but I feel like he knew, and he sent the kid away to have a better life.
Okay.
Because
He
that's
didn't know
why,
it'd be
like,
so bad.
yes,
Okay.
that sort of thing. Because he didn't want him to stay there with him, where he's just going to be a fucking a pub owner or whatever it is, like that sort of thing. I think that's what it was, but I could be wrong about that. That's what was my thinking anyway, my thought process with it.
Yeah, that'd be one thing I didn't know.
Yeah.
Um,
But all right,
Yeah.
then, moving into the final movie of the week, 3-movie fucking review right here. The best movie probably. I'm gonna say this right now. I haven't seen the movie yet, but from what I've been hearing, this is the best movie of the year.
yeah, realistically, it's if this movie doesn't like clean up the Oscars, like I don't know because it's gonna win cinematography for an Oscar. It might win best film.
I
I'll go that far in saying it. I can't imagine I can't imagine Tom Cruise winning best actor. He might get nominated. But like this movie, like almost no CGI, all practical jets. Just I don't even know what to say about it. It was
so one thing that I'll say, because this is one of the things
Yeah.
that I remember. I recently saw was. Do you know who Jocko is?
yeah.
So,
Blink,
huh?
blink.
Yeah, he was talking with a guy that is basically who Top Gun is named after, like the Top Gun program and everything and all that. And he's like one of the only people in the world that is trained in like this, and this, or has certifications in it. And like he was talking on there, and he was like, they brought me on. He's like, I don't think people realize this. This movie was like done in like 2017, 2016. He's like, I was brought on. I read through the script. They wanted to make sure the terminology was right. All of this was right. All of this was right. This was right. This was right. He's like, so I went through everything with them. And he's like, this is the biggest honor I've ever had in my entire life, was the fact that a movie company literally was like, we want to make sure that this is fucking correct. And he was like, and he went through and like broke it all down. And him and Jocko were talking, and Jocko at one point said like, you're the only person in the world that probably do this, right? Because like you have, and he listed off like 7 qualifications. And this guy was like, yeah. He's like, from what I know, as of 2020, I'm the only person in the world that is qualified on all those things. I was like, oh. Like they got the right guy then. Like
That was like actually a big part of it is that like so the whole point of the movie is that there is a mission that needs to take place to destroy so they have to destroy a like a factory that's making nuclear weapons
okay,
that's about to become online. They haven't made it yet, so it doesn't have nuclear material in yet. So they have to destroy it before they get any nuclear material. So because if they destroyed it with nuclear material, it'd be like setting off a nuclear bomb. So they have like a time frame. They need to train and get ready for this mission. So basically, they have to blow up this like underground factory, but it's in like a canyon.
oh shit.
So you have to fly down, shoot like an air vent that's the size of a bus, and then fly out.
I've seen this before.
not even a bus, like a shack.
Like big enough for like a rat crawler.
Yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. Um, and so they have to train. So they assemble a team of like, so Top Gun is the school, the top school in the Navy, and
Hmm.
so they assemble a team of people that were like the top of their class in all of their Top Gun classes, and they then assemble a team from that. And like Miles Teller plays the son of Goose, who died in the first one with Tom Cruise. Not Tom Cruise didn't die, but
Yeah.
so there's like a whole animosity thing with that because Tom Cruise was almost like a foster dad to this kid, and then something happened, and the kid really hated Tom Cruise. So there was like a whole thing behind it, and so it's funny because I was really big into Lethal Weapon made a TV show for 3 seasons on like Fox or
I was gonna say, I
NBC or something.
feel like I remember that.
I was super into it. I really loved it. And there was a lover interest on the show that came up on like the first or second season. She was on for a few episodes, and she seemed like she was going to be a huge cast member to it.
Hmm.
But then she left because she got this role, and that was Jesus Christ, had to have been like 2015, 2016, because that's how early they had. Let me just look. So yeah, 2017, 2016, she just dropped off the show, and then I think it was to do this movie. That's how long ago this movie was.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like this movie feels like it was. Oh, right here. Development of the film began in 2010.
That's yeah. I mean, that's everything good and put together.
In
Um,
June 2017, revealed that the sequel would be titled Maverick, as he did not need a number in all sequel titles.
Val Kilmer was in it, and I don't know if you know much
Iceman.
about Val. I don't know if you know about him currently. He has throat cancer. He's like he's like a shell of what he used to be. It's really
I've
sad.
I've
There's
I've
actually
I've heard that there was something up with him, but I didn't know what it was.
so he actually is in this film, and spoiler, he dies partway through
Hmm.
from the throat cancer, but he's still alive now. There's actually a documentary on Amazon Prime called Val, and it's ever since he started acting, he was like a Juilliard trained actor,
Hmm.
and he brought a video camera everywhere he went, even in Juilliard. So every movie he's ever been on, he carried a movie camera, and even like in like the '80s, before people had movie cameras, like personal video cameras, he filmed everything,
That's awesome.
and everyone hated it. So he has like thousands and thousands of hours of all these things. So like it talked about his career throughout the whole thing. It was produced by A24. Um, it was like it was
Hmm.
narrated by his son who sounds just like him. It's just about him like in his twilight years, like he like really wanted to come back and like do everything as the passion project, and then he got sick and he's like can't really even talk anymore.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I do
because
like the fact that apparently there's one negative with the movie. Apparently, um, this is just something that I've seen on TikTok. The women at TikTok hate it because now everyone wants to have a mustache.
well, it's all the jokes. It's like when you walk out of the Top Gun movie and you're like mustache.
Yeah.
I've seen that with even like a couple actors did it on TikTok. They walk out of the movie and they're like, "Dude, where'd you get that mustache?" He's like,
Where'd this come from?
that. Yeah, exactly. I
Um,
watched it with a buddy, and we went and saw it at like Chunky's. You know Chunky's?
is that like
It,
Smitty's?
yes.
Yeah.
So and just we they had like the Iceman drink, special drink.
Ooh,
It was blue and it was just all sugar.
the Iceman. Um,
Iceman.
I've always loved the names: Maverick, Rooster, Penny, Cyclone, Hangman, Bob, Hammer, Iceman,
Yeah. So
Phoenix,
Bob was very funny because they were like all introducing each other, and they're like, well, "What's your name?" He's like Bob, and he's like, "No, no, your call sign." He's like Bob,
Bob.
and he that was a really cool character. I liked him a lot.
Warlock, Payback, Fanboy, Coyote, Hondo, Fritz, Omaha,
Yeah.
Harvard, Yale, Halo. Oh.
I can't wait for you to see it.
Uh,
Uh,
it's one that I do want to see. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't seen the first one.
Oh, okay. That's on Netflix.
If someone wants to,
I think
no,
it's
give me the password, out there.
it's like I think it's still one of the top 10 right now.
That movie's gonna be a top 10. Like, I just feel like the
I
original.
actually it's the one I have a VR headset. It's the one movie I've watched in VR. I watched it in like VR 3D.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, on the list of American films of 2022 on Wikipedia,
Hmm.
Top Gun Maverick is number 2 right now.
Next to
Doctor Strange. But it's only. But you ready for this? It's only 4 million.
for
Highest grossing.
and that movie's not going to do well in China or Russia. That Top Gun's all about the military strength of the United States.
Yeah.
So you got to think that's all domestic.
So the top 10 films so far grossing of this year, right?
Yeah.
And some of these says donates films still running in cinemas worldwide. So Maverick is going to keep climbing, in my opinion. It's only 4 million behind. Doctor Strange is starting to come out of the end of, and they're going to start their new push for the next fucking. Did you hear about the Spider-Man re-release? They're re-releasing No Way Home with the More Fun Stuff edition.
What does that mean?
Basically, what they're doing is they're taking the deleted scenes and some other stuff that didn't make the original movie, and they're just gonna put it into the movie and then re-show the movie. It's their way to try and just push it more.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll probably go see it.
So we got Doctor Strange at 1, Top Gun at 2, The Batman at 3, Sonic at 4, Uncharted at 5, Jurassic World Dominion at 6, The Lost City at 7, Secrets of Dumbledore at 8, The Bad Guys at 9, and Scream at 10.
I'm surprised by Jurassic World because that came out a week ago.
143 million right
Pretty
now.
good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's been getting run through the dirt, but then everybody out there is just look.
At the time of this podcast, it's been out for 4 days.
Yeah. See, my thing is this is it's the final movie of a childhood series that happened when I was a kid that involves dinosaurs killing people. Yep. I'm going to watch it, and I don't give a fuck how bad it is.
I like Chris Pratt. I think people have a big problem with Chris Pratt.
I like Bryce Dallas Howard. She fan.
She got a thickie.
She fan. But yeah, no. So I mean, just thinking of what we were saying earlier about Top Gun raking it in, right? Like I said, that's been out for what, a week now, 2 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, so it's probably
it earned 151 million on its opening weekend.
Yeah. See, so I mean, and it's
and that's all domestic because I don't think I haven't looked at the numbers. I don't know how this movie would do well internationally because it's a movie about
the only thing
imperialism.
The only thing that would get people is probably the Tom Cruise part of it.
Yeah, but
even that,
maybe in Europe it would do well, mm-hmm. But you need to think about Doctor Strange is in the Chinese market. It's in because the whole thing with Marvel with all their appealing is that they're huge in the Chinese market. That's what they all care about.
Well, it's
WWE, Disney.
It's funny because it's one of the things where people complain about Black Widow and how they changed Taskmaster's face up so it wasn't a skull, and that's because you're not allowed a skull imagery in those cultures. So they changed it so then they can show it over and that, they do
removing the Black Panther
from posters.
The Black Panther.
Yeah. So going to what could potentially upset Top Gun at anything, right? So far, going through January, I'm just going to name movies, and you just hit me with yes, no's, right? And these are movies that I think are just the big ones. So we got Scream.
Didn't even know they came out with a Scream movie.
Hotel Transylvania, Transylformia.
Adam Sandler's not in that one.
Really?
Yeah, they replaced him with someone else.
Oh, no wonder that movie sucks.
I watched half an hour of it. And I'm like, why does this movie suck? I'm like, it's not Adam Sandler. It's not my Hotel Transylvania.
Jackass Forever.
Yeah, I
Moonfall.
Poopy's got best kiss of the year.
Death on the Nile. Uncharted, Texas
Yep.
Chainsaw Massacre,
Didn't know they came out with another one of those.
Medea Homecoming, The Batman. That one could have, I don't think it will, but it could.
That'll be up for best cinematography too. It would be between the two of those.
The Adam Project.
I enjoyed it. It is not a great movie. It's not the worst movie.
Let's see here. Wow, there's been a lot of just Morbius. Never mind. Never mind. Shut it down. Shut it down there. Morbius wins. Morbius sweep.
Morbius.
There's a petition going around online right now to get Morbius in theaters for a third time.
I saw that. And I was like, I want to know. Have they released the numbers of the second release?
They released like the first one, like the first day. It's funny because they released the numbers for the first Friday.
Yeah.
And it was like, and this is the thing that's funny to me, right? So it's like they were like, oh yeah, so they're talking about how much it sold, and it's like it sold 84,000 tickets, and it was only in 1,000 theaters, which means it sold 84 tickets per theater.
That's actually a lot.
It was either that or dollars. Either way, though, I'm still sitting there like, I probably don't think it costs that much to be like, hey, just keep our movie in the theaters for right now for another week. I don't think it costs them that much.
You know what I've noticed a lot of movie theaters? The Bollywood market is now in like regular movie theaters because like the theater by me and like the ones nearby, they all have like one or two Bollywood movies at any time. I'm like, it's cool to see like that kind of prominence. I'm probably not going to go see any of them, but it's cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, it is. It's cool to see. Then we got the Secrets of Dumbledore, Titanic 666.
Is that like a B rate?
After embarking on the mad voyage of Titanic 3, a group of digital influencers is surrounded by a.
Pirates?
I'm just gonna stop. No, it just says macabre events. It's at 91 minutes. It's got Keisha Sharp, Jamie Bamber, Lydia Hurst, Anna Lynn McCord, and Joseph Gatt. Joseph Gatt is the only one that you'll probably know because it looks like he's a role actor sort of thing.
Keisha Sharp was in Lethal Weapon TV series.
It's a supernatural horror film directed by this. It's a sequel to Titanic 2.
There's a Titanic 2? There's like ghosts and shit in it. I'm looking at the screenshots. Yeah, I don't know who any of these people are. Except
Waldemar DeLonga Nato evaluated it with a score of 1 out of 10 and said, whoever sees it does not believe it. The asylum managed to overcome itself. I already knew it was a bad movie. The trailer is already a disgrace. The bad taste when dealing with the tragedy on the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. It's not a horror movie as much as the title may lead you to this idea. Here you actually have a big joke at the cost of extremely poor graphical effects and a completely lost cast. This sounds fantastic. This might be the next movie review that we do.
No.
And then the Northman though. That's like it right now.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
actually, Northman. There's actually another month. I forgot about that. Doctor Strange.
I think the Northman's on Paramount.
Chippendale.
Not Paramount.
Men.
Chippendale is really good.
Maverick.
The
Bob's Burger movie.
I heard was really good.
It's
and also, you could watch it without having watched the show. They made it enough. It's approachable enough. And I actually, I'm not a huge fan of Bob's Burgers.
Then we got Hustle and then Jurassic World Dominion. And then looking at like the rest of the year going forward, I mean, we got Lightyear, which is being not shown in certain places because there's a same-sex kiss.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Okay.
I'm just saying ones that I think are going to be Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Okay.
Which is weird that it's Minions: The Rise of Gru and not Despicable Me: The Rise of Gru. That's interesting.
Well, I think that so many people have associated themselves with the Minion property because, like, You either love or hate the minions.
The minion property is now bigger than the thing that I originally created.
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder, the Sea Beast, the Gray Man. That's all within
Gray
like a
Man
week.
looks really good. I'm actually excited for that. It's Chris Evans and fucking
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
The Sea Beast looks really good.
They're gonna do an Extraction 2, I think, comes out this year.
Oh,
Which actually is not gonna go do crazy numbers, but I really liked Extraction, the first one. Chris Hemsworth, Thor: Love and Thunder. I know you're like you hate Taika, but I think
everyone loves it. I'm over the haha bro Thor. I'm over it.
dude, and that's all this one's gonna be, and I love it because Guardians are gonna be in it. I don't know to what extent, but they are gonna be in it.
I just whatever. DC League of Super Pets is another one that's just kind of like whatever. Bullet Train? Why do I feel like that's a? Oh, it's Brad.
Bullet Train's a new Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor Johnson. It's like a movie where. Did you ever see not Lucky Number 7? Fuck. What is it? It has
What do you think of the movies? We got Prey. That one I'm actually very excited for.
Yeah. I don't think that one's going to do that well, though.
I don't think it will. The fact that it's releasing, it's releasing on Hulu.
Okay, I think it's going to be a good movie. That's not what I mean by that. I just think that like it's so far removed, and I think just no one's going to care about it.
Well, I think it's so far removed. It's not going to be in theaters, so unless you have Hulu, you're not going to see it. And also, it's just kind of one of those things. It's like people's mouths have been soured on. Predator.
Smoking Aces. Did you ever see Smoking Aces?
Yes, of course I fucking seen Smoking Aces.
So from what I've seen, Bullet Train is like a big budget Smoking Aces, because it's like a bunch of assassins trying to kill one guy and they're just fighting each other.
Oh, I love it. I'm all
Brad
in.
Pitt.
All in.
And it's in a Japanese bullet train.
Oh, even better then. All in.
Yes. So I knew. Okay, I'm glad you saw that. I love Smoking Aces.
Here's one for you. Honk for Jesus, save your soul.
Okay.
I know you like the Christian religious movies.
I'm a good Christian.
Pinocchio.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes, Tom Hanks as well, and Michael Keegan Key. Michael Key.
Oh, okay.
He's playing the cricket. I think.
Nope. We didn't mention Nope.
I haven't gotten to that one yet. I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
I'm in September.
It hasn't come out yet. Yeah. But I mean, that's going to be.
Hocus Pocus 2.
I saw a movie poster. Wasn't sure if it was real.
I've always thought it was fake because it's just been, it's been one of those ones that's just been rumored for so long. Let's see here. Then what else do we got? We got Black Adam in October. Which I'm still not sure on that one because it's just...
Oh, Avatar 2. That's going to be a big contender. That's a huge contender.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever in November. They're gonna we got to start. That's got to start rolling here soon. We got to start hearing the beat of the drum on that.
I don't think we even have an idea of what it's about.
Yeah, we do.
Do we? What's it about?
Now we do. So there's been a bunch of set pictures released, and it shows Aztec Mayan imagery on it. So the rumor is that they're actually taking the character Namor and completely reworking his origin. So it's no longer from Atlantis. Instead, it's from a Mayan culture. Because they don't want people to think of it as the same thing as Aquaman. Which, if anyone knows anything about fucking Namor, it's not even fucking close. And you can have two of the same fucking characters that are very similar.
I'm going to be honest with you. If they do that, I think people are going to be really upset.
So people are, but at the same time, people also kind of like it because it is shedding light on the Aztec Mayan civilization sort of thing.
Sure, I think that's going to be a big spit in the face to black culture that finally had representation.
So that's going to be the rumor is that it's going to be who will become the new king of.
So we don't know.
We don't know.
Let
me put it like this. By rumor I mean this is on Black Panther crew symbology, the crew t-shirts and stuff that they have this symbolism on it, and this concept art for Namor, and it looks more Mayan than anything. But like the rumor is it's supposed to be about the who's going to become the king now, but then also because of then Namor basically shows up, basically like that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're gonna do with the sister because did you hear about all this, the production woes with the sister?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I think that might I am seeing like
It's like I said, this is all just from what we know, right? The first footage for the film was shown in a sizzle reel for upcoming films at CinemaCon in April 2022, and we haven't heard anything about it, so they must be keeping it under wraps pretty well. But like I said, the most that I've seen is it showing that it's going to be like basically a fight for the throne, and then Namor's going to be in it, but they're changing Namor's backstory.
here's one here's one title. Marvel's reportedly changing Black Panther 2 plot due to Letitia Wright controversy, which you know, she put thousands of people out of work. So,
Oh shit! Creed 3. I had no fucking clue.
well, Coogler, is it? It won't. Is it? Let's see.
Directed by Michael B. Jordan from a screenplay by Coogler.
Okay.
There's no nothing. All we know is that it's happening.
Jonathan Majors is going to be in it, which he's kind of killing it right now.
Yep, he's playing Anderson Dame. Drago's going to be back in it. I wonder what it's going to be about then.
I think it's going to be about a boxer. Like fucking hate.
The interesting thing though is that Stallone is not on the cast list here.
Oh, who knows? Because who knows what's going to be made? He might not still be alive.
Oh shit! No, what if they played that into it?
Oh, that he dies, or he's dead.
Because he dies because in Creed 2 he's not doing great in that movie. That's that, bro. What do you want to bet? That's what it's going to be.
I like that.
Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. Imagine if they start the movie like that. That's how the whole fucking thing starts. Is his world starts to crumble because of that? Like he loses his belt, loses everything because Rocky dies. Oh my god.
Jonathan Majors is going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah, because he's playing fucking.
But that's the only upcoming credit that he has.
December is going to kill it.
Oh, it's in post-production. They already filmed it.
December's going to kill it. We got Avatar: The Way of Water, which I'm excited for.
Which is a sex thing.
I know it's been so long, but I don't care. It looks great.
Oh, I saw a trailer. Oh, I saw a trailer. It's been so long. I saw a trailer before Top Gun for it. 3D trailer.
Yeah, how was that? Like fucking.
Yeah, like you don't. Like I don't need any more convincing.
Well, that's the thing.
You have to go see it in 3D.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like the people that were like, "Oh, the CGI looks bad," or "Oh, yeah, you can tell that's just basic CGI." I'm sitting there, and it's like, no, it's not. You're an idiot.
It's not basic.
I was like, if you think this is the same CGI from the first movie, you're fucking dumb. I was like, he got done filming this movie 10 years ago and has just been working on the CGI for it. Like,
oh, I also saw Top Gun in 3D.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Shazam: Fury of the Gods is in December.
Is that this year?
Yep.
Oh, it's like a week or two after they pushed it back.
Yep. Because they don't want to go up against Avatar, which is smart. But it is going up against Puss in Boots, so it's going to lose. And yeah, that's kind of how the year ends. Yeah, so that's kind of what we've seen in movies and such. There was a couple things on the Netflix side of things. I'm going to quickly try to bring...
Avatar is re-releasing in theaters in September.
That's smart. That's really smart, actually. Holy shit. Because you said September?
Yep.
Dude, they're going to fucking make so much money. Because think about that. So it's September, October, November, December. Like
I'm looking up what was in theaters against the original Avatar.
For stuff that's come out, we got like I said, the Sea Beast. That looks like a really good time. The School for Good and Evil, which is basically Harry Potter, but with Disney, the descendants of Disney villains and heroes. Cyberpunk is getting an anime.
Saw that.
It looks fucking awesome. Farzar, like Faja, is going to be a show, and at the very beginning of it, they're like, so is this going to be like Futurama, or is this going to be like Family Guy? And the guy's like, this is going to be like, shut the fuck up.
Don't worry about it.
No, that's the trailer. That's how the trailer starts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, is a kid asking the main character that, and he's like, this is going to be like a shut the fuck up. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm all in. And then, like I said, we got Black Adam, Prey, Sandman TV show. A lot of stuff coming out. A lot of stuff coming down the line. Down the pipe, as they say in the biz. All right. So, how do you want to wrap this up, there, boss?
Controversial opinion, positive opinion.
So I'm gonna go with potential spoiler that is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay.
That's gonna be my one. So
okay, I want to hear it now, and now maybe I'll evolve mine after that. Off of that.
Rumors have it that at the first showing of Aquaman 2, Michael Keaton's Batman shows up at the beginning of the movie to say, hey, fuck you and you Atlanteans, you're destroying the Earth. And then he shows up at the end of the movie for some other fucking reason that nobody knows.
Why are they destroying the Earth?
Because you got to force Michael Keaton into the movie somehow to make everybody love the fact that he's back.
Oh, they did a whole thing on Val Kilmer documentary about him being Batman and him hating it.
Yeah, most people have hated it.
Oh. Stupid. That's stupid. I don't know. All right, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
What if he comes back? The suit's not as bad as we think it is.
It is as bad as we think it is, though.
What if it's not?
It is, though.
Right.
We've seen the images.
I'm playing optimist. What if it's not that bad and you're like, fuck, I didn't know I needed Michael Keaton back as Batman.
Because I'm going to tell you this right now. So this is my thing with this, and I'll quickly do my mini rant here. The only way I want Michael Keaton back as Batman is if it's in a flashback, a crossover, multiverse thing, kind of like what they are doing. But it's literally like he shows up and then we never fucking see him again. And this is my reason why. In Batman vs. Superman.
Okay, I have a question for after that.
Okay, in Batman vs. Superman, right, we get the origin of Batman, which we've seen a million times. The only difference is that in Batman vs. Superman, it plays a big role in the entire story arc. But they set up Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
And Lauren Cohen as Martha Wayne. In the Flashpoint universe, Bruce dies in the alley. Thomas Wayne beats and kills the mugger, and Martha loses her mind. In the Flashpoint universe, Thomas Wayne becomes a gun-toting, alcoholic, gamble casino-owning Batman, who would be played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And
I do love me Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
And, you ready for this? Yeah. Martha Wayne, played by Laura Cohen, becomes the Joker of that universe. Because she loses her mind that her son died, and she couldn't protect him. So what we were robbed of is the potential of that in film for Michael Keaton's Batman. That's the main. That will forever be, until the day I die, the reason why I'm not that excited that he's back. Is because the potential of Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Laura Cohen playing Batman, Thomas Wayne Batman, who's a violent, gun-toting Batman, and a female Joker, because we always hear about, oh, why isn't there a female Joker? There fucking is, just do your research. But now if we had Laura Cohen doing it, and it was in the movie, like, we got ripped off of that. The Flashpoint universe as a whole, we got ripped off of. Because what was going to happen was Rick Fumagawa was originally going to do the Flash movie. And the Flash movie was going to be an origin, kind of like, here's the beginning of his rogues. So it's going to be like Heatwave, Captain Cold, whatever. Warner Brothers didn't want that. Warner Brothers wanted Flashpoint immediately. And in the Flashpoint universe, Wonder Woman and Aquaman are to get hooked and connect universes. So Themyscira and Atlantis are connected. Mira says, "Oh no, no," and challenges
And shits in his bed.
Oh no! She challenges Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman cuts her head off
Oh, rad.
and wears her crown as a
Okay.
"Don't you fucking challenge me" sort of thing, which then starts the Themysciran Atlantean War. So now, picture that in theaters, with Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman fighting Mira, who, oh no, it's Amber Heard. People would love to see her get her head cut off in a movie, right? But then you have a violent Aquaman up against Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like, the whole Flashpoint universe, just thinking about that in Zack Snyder's universe, we had removed from us. And that is the most ridiculous thing ever. Because it'd just be like watching 300 or Watchmen again, which is straight from the books right up into theater. And I want to see that. Also, we get to see Ezra Miller on fire then.
I don't think we're going to get any more Flash content with Ezra Miller.
Apparently, the Flash movie is pushing forward, and they brought him into the theaters to do new voice lines.
Well, I mean, after this one.
Yeah, I don't know, because like I said, they brought him into the theater. They brought him into the studio to do new voice stuff recently. I don't know, bro. Like you know my opinion on this. I think that they should bring him in or CGI him, have him do some sort of tumble out of the Speed Force, and have a new speedster come out of the Speed Force, and then have him go forward and have it be Wally West, because there's been a continuity where that happens.
I think it's too. I don't think like a casual fan can keep up with it. I'm being honest.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you can say that, but then you look at all the stuff that Marvel's done.
It's a dumb person. I almost said a swear word. A dumb person can watch a Marvel movie and not be confused by it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like immediately if you have Barry running through the Speed Force and then suddenly he's not there and someone else comes out of it and the movie ends, that's going to create intrigue. Even if you don't know what's going on, it's going to create intrigue.
Maybe.
And it's going to make people ask questions. And then they're going to look into it. And then they're going to see, oh, there's more than one of them. Like, you know. But anyways, that's the thing. So what was your
I think that anyone who hasn't seen Children of Men, made in 2006, starring Clive Owen, needs to go see it. It's one of the most underrated movies of all time.
Yeah, Children of Men. Yes, people need to go see it.
Have you seen it?
I'm looking right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, yeah, whatever.
Well, no, because it's like it sounds so familiar, but for some reason it does. Oh, is that the one where there's no more men? There's no more children on the earth, but then this lady has. Yeah. I agree with that statement. Go watch Children of Men. Very
and
underrated
if you
movie.
have, rewatch it, because that movie came out 17 years ago.
That movie takes place in the year 2027.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that I want.
November 2027.
There's a lot of things I want to say right now, and no child has been born for 10 years. Is that what Is that what this poster says?
Yeah. Longer than that. 19 years, because the movie starts
18.
with 18. Yeah, the movie starts with like the youngest person in the world died, like baby Diego, and he was 18 or 19.
Rip baby Diego.
Yep. He got stabbed to death outside a bar. Oh, no.
All right, so you never gave me the Tom Cruise rating for Top Gun.
Tom Cruise, Top Gun. I give it. Again, I probably give it 4.6 cut off jean shorts out of 5.
I thought you were going to say 4.6 misaligned teeth out of 5.
Does he? Yeah, he doesn't misaligned teeth, but sorry, 4.6 sweaty abs out of 5.
Oh, that's gonna be a good thumbnail one for me to do.
Yeah.
There we go. There's our movie reviews for the last couple weeks. If there's anything that you've seen out there that you would like us to watch, review,
I don't want to watch Titanic 666.
Have you seen Velocipaster?
I have.
Damn it!
I literally have a coworker who talks about it once every other week.
Bro, it's such a good movie.
Like he loves that movie.
It's such a good movie. Such a good movie. Um, but anyway, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. What did you guys think of the movies then that we've just talked about? Is there any movies that you guys want us to talk about other than Titanic 666? Apparently, DeNutte isn't into high culture. We will have to watch Spaghetti Man at some point.
Okay.
Do you know what that one is?
Is that another dumb horror movie?
Oh, it's not even a horror movie. It's a dumb superhero movie. A guy gets powers, and his powers is he can shoot spaghetti out of his hand. So it's just like he's running around with like a paper bag on his head, and he's like got sweats on. Yeah, no. He goes like this, and it's just like go like this, right? And then imagine me standing next to you, so off camera. So when you do that, and I just chuck spaghetti at someone. That's the movie.
Okay.
But yeah, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, even night, still trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.